Hi, my name is Buddy Rice, driver of the number 90 Spirit Daytona Coyote racing car, and I'm going to walk you through a Daytona prototype steering wheel. All the layouts in the Daytona prototype cars are a little bit different, but for us what we have here is we have our pit speed limiter, sets the speed as we're coming in to our into pit lane, sets us at a consistent 45 miles an hour till we come into our pit stop, accelerate, gets us back up to that speed, get to the end of pit lane, we let it off, and we go back to full speed. If we are out on the track, have any alarms or anything going wrong with the car, it'll go off. We hit this button here to reset it. On the left-hand side over here, our blue button's our radio button, how we communicate to the team when we're out there driving and want any changes or anything for the next stop. Down below that, we have our LED switch. It changes the brightness of the shift lights and the dash at the night races. On the top of steering wheel is the shift lights. They will start by working on the outside and moving to the top. We have those set there so you don't have to look at a tachometer or anything. When it gets to the top two red lights, that's when you're at the top of the rev band and you shift. Outside of that, the next two lights are for alarms. There's 4 different colors inside each of these lights, and depending on the color, it kind of starts to tell you what's going wrong with the car if you're having any problems. Cool suit switch. What this does is it changes the flow of the cool suits in the hot races, which is a water circulating system that runs through our suits to try to keep us cool in these close cockpitted cars, because the temp gets up to 130, 140 degrees in the summertime. On the back left, dealing with the heat, also we have a drink bottle button. That's what you see is the tubes that run into the helmets to allow us to have a little bit of fresh water. And on the other side, we have a fuel reset button. So every time we're launching out of the pit box, reset that. And allows those guys to calculate the distance that we can go by the fuel we're using in that stint. You get so familiar with the cockpit, you don't even look at what each button does. What it's really for is for when you're kind of new, starting out, and it's another good way that in case something happens where there's a spin or a crash or anything, you get kind of disoriented sometimes, and it kind of helps you to get back and see the different buttons and the colors, and it just kind of helps you. Some guys set it up a little bit differently. Some guys are using just like the IndyCar. Some guys use different data acquisition. Not everybody uses the Motec system. Sometimes that's dependent on the engine manufacturer or the chassis manufacturer. Kind of dictates that sometimes. But for the most part, all the layouts are very similar. Just sometimes little buttons and switches are in different spots in the steering wheel. It's just whatever makes those two drivers or 4 drivers at like Daytona makes them the most comfortable for them to share the stuff.